chill across the winter brooks. I walked outside. The sun was gleaming down. Birds cheeping the way they do. Flowers and leaves dropping to the floor. I thought I'd seen that before. I recognised something, a feeling, an emotion. And deep inside, my heart told me what it was. It was episode 20 of All Fart No Poo, everyone.
Oh, fantastic. Wow, I didn't know where that was going.
So it was, yeah.
So how did you come up with that? Let's talk about the creative process. What was that?
Well, look, I've been writing it for years now, actually. I started in 2017. You know, as all creative processes are, you know, it ebbs and it flows.
Oh, yeah.
It gives and it goes.
Poignant. I think something we can all take away a lot from that.
Thank you. I do try.
How are you doing anyway? You good?
I'm doing very good. I'm just going to have a very quick sip of water that I was about to sip before you said that.
All right, fucking hell. I'll just go fuck myself then, won't I?
And now I'm hydrated.
Oh, fantastic, mate.
Now I'm hydrated.
Who knew it took one sip?
One sip. That's all it takes, everyone. That's what they should have on all labels for all water ever. One sip.
Just have one sip? No, because if you only took one sip, you'd die. If you only had one sip a day. I was actually thinking about how much water you should drink today because I was like, I drink a lot, but do I drink enough? You have to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but also, I think...
Well, you don't have... You should.
Well, but I'd like to backtrack a little bit to what you just said. One sip a day and you die. I actually think quite the opposite. I think if you're having a sip a day, you wouldn't be having a fun life.
No.
But you'd be getting enough. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like,
yeah. I mean, you wouldn't die.
What is it, like 7 days without water or something that would kill you?
I don't know what it is, mate, but all I know is that you should have more than one sip.
Yeah.
Your skin, you'd get breakouts. Your body wouldn't know what to do. You'd grow 7 limbs.
Probably be moody. Right? Probably wouldn't.
You'd get cranky.
You would get cranky, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Don't have one sip of water a day. Look, keep it to the recommended. Something like 8 glasses.
Do not have one sip a day. Have at least 2.
Exactly. I'm good anyway, though, mate. Thanks for asking as well.
Yeah. No, I did ask, but you just didn't hear it under all of that waffle.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me. Do not go back and find out if I did, but just believe.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I won't check. I'll take your word for it.
Don't check the tapes.
Well, I mean, we should both be feeling good because it's been, 2 weeks?
2 weeks now. We took a
2
week
weeks
off,
since the last episode.
And then it turned into 2 weeks off. So
we are terrible people. But you know what? Sometimes I think that's good for the soul.
Sometimes, too much of a good thing, And,
exactly.
And let me tell you, we are a good thing.
Yeah, there's only so much of world-beating, groundbreaking podcast, All Fart No Poop, anyone can take.
It's
really
true.
So who are we to say that if we had done those 2 weeks as normal, as our usually programmed weekly episode, who are we to say that we wouldn't have broken the world?
I think a lot of things would have broken. The internet, for one, that would have just gone.
Yeah.
It would have just gone.
Yeah.
And the inner psyche of our listeners, because, as you said, too much of it. What do you do with that much greatness?
Well, that's the question I ask myself almost every minute, my friend.
So true.
And it's a question I don't think we'll get to the bottom of today, but I'll tell you what question we will get to the bottom of today.
Oh, I'm just throwing
us straight in, mate.
Go on. I like that. Efficient.
The question is, could we make popular films better with the addition of one cast member?
Oh, wow, Stuart, please continue.
I will continue, Nick. That cast member is Nicolas Cage.
Well, I think, firstly, the answer is yes.
Well, the answer is undeniably yes.
Yeah, of course, yes.
But the question is, who would we pick in a cast of a popular film to be replaced by Nicolas Cage?
It's a great question, Stuart.
It's a fantastic question.
It really is.
It was actually suggested to us many weeks ago, way back when, by my good friend Elliot.
Great.
Thank you, his original question for us was, if you had to pick Nicolas Cage to play one Disney princess, who would it be? And I thought, that's a good question.
That is good.
But I'll tell you what is an even better question. Who we would replace Nick Cage within a series of popular franchises and world-famous films.
Yes,
so
exactly that.
We've turned it into an episode, and that's what we're doing today. We're recasting films with Nick Cage, and it's going to blow your ruddy socks off.
It's going to blow the doors off!
Get ready! 50-50.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
What a show.
Yeah, they used to always shake their hands in a fist.
The kids in the crowd of 50-50 were going
Whack.
nuts.
They were.
Absolutely. You honestly looked like they'd been held in a room for a year before being allowed on the show. And they were like, water.
I wouldn't be
breathing.
surprised if on the way in they just sort of handed them a line of coke to just fucking snort up. And
Why not? Who do we care if it's ethically correct? We need these kids to be going fucking mental.
They have to be excited, and they were excited.
I wonder if any listeners from outside of the UK probably like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is 50-50? So
I think it was very British.
I think it was, wasn't it? So for them, it was just a show where there would be a giant,
Like
there'd be
inflatable course?
a giant course. But was that a bit of it? Or they had different things.
I feel like
right?
it was different challenges.
Yeah, and you'd have two was it schools? Did they have
No,
two different
it was
schools?
like I think there were like a few schools, and it was.
Yeah.
This is how I remember it, right? And
Yeah.
bear in mind, I have not seen this since we were like 7, but I remember it being like almost like a big half pipey type setup where it's like on each side
You
there's
had
like the
bleachers on each side, didn't you? Yeah.
And they'd face in, and in the middle was this like long. I just
Yeah.
remember it being like a
And
kind
didn't they
of
have to like
shitty
vote?
assault course.
They were in like blue and yellow, and they had to like vote for who they thought was going
and
to
it was
win or
like a
whatever.
cone thing, and the blue and yellow thing. But it would be like 50-50, and the camera would swoop around like a
Honestly.
fucking eagle going for his bloody prey, and it's like
Those. it was borderline unethical. It was like lambs to the slaughter. Like those
It
poor
really
kids are just like,
was.
wah!
It was
Oh,
great. I miss it every day of my life.
crazy. I mean, except for that one where the kid died.
Oh
That didn't happen. That was a joke. Could you imagine?
no! I was just like, did that happen?
Yeah, that's Nick. Yeah, Nick. What do you mean? That's why it went off air.
Is
That was
like
a bloodbath.
Is that like the classic fable of the Frosties kid killed himself because he was bullied too much?
There were so many stories. Wasn't there one like,
Yeah.
oh, he moved to Africa or something?
It's all just stemmed off the fact that he was. I mean, it was by all means maybe one of the worst adverts I've ever seen in my life.
I
but-
mean, terrible. But you've
sure
got to
he's
feel
doing
for
it
the
right.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's probably
I hope
fine.
he's all right.
Yeah.
That was a detour. Before we get into what we're actually going to talk about today, which is the Nick Cage recasting stuff, and not 50-50 and the joys
Yeah.
of that show. Although we could do a full episode on that,
do
I'm
a full
sure. Look at
episode on
this,
that,
we're
yeah,
getting pumped
definitely.
over it. Feels like a good time to ever just to remind people to fucking follow this podcast if you like listening to it.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
That was-
Whatever you listen to it on, you hit subscribe and follow. So help me.
That's
I
so
will be at your
aggressive.
door.
Sounds like a good time to turn a fucking follow a fucking podcast.
Yeah,
Fucking follow it.
Some people are just listening. Ungrateful
Some-
little bastards.
Some people are just passive sheep walking through life, not listening to anything they fucking wanna. But I think you should just smash that fucking follow button.
Don't be afraid of the subscribe button. Follow and listen and subscribe on whatever you're listening on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever. And give us a follow on social media. All of our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are at AFNP Pod. And that is where you can suggest things for us to talk about, such as Elliot's suggestion today, which we turned into a whole bloody ruddy episode, didn't we, mate? So
Look, the bloody
anything
proof's
goes.
in the pudding, mate. Proof
Exactly.
is in
The
that
proof
pudding.
is in the pudding. So
yeah.
now that's out the way,
Yeah.
let's recast Nick Cage.
Okay.
Now, Nicholas, I do hope you have come prepared because, in the past you've turned up and you've just bloody fucking, I don't know what you're doing. You think you're on bloody 50-50, mate.
Look, firstly, I wish I turned up with even half the energy of a 50-50 audience member. But secondly, look, in the past, I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I've let you down on the podcast, mate. I've come unprepared.
You have come unprepared, Nick, and it throws
Yeah.
me real under the bus.
And
real.
it really makes it feel like maybe this is just a podcast with absolutely no structure at all, and we're just winging it the whole
potentially,
time. It makes
potentially.
it feel like that, even though it's not. But I can tell you today, Stuart, I've come half prepared.
Oh, that's better than nothing.
I had a little quick think about all of these, but I do have to admit, I was distracted by trying to 100% Tony Hawk's 2. The 2 in the
man.
Pro Skater, not the first one. I haven't tackled the first one yet.
That'll do it, mate. I mean, it's interesting that you jumped into the second one. I mean, it's the better game, but like,
It's the better
as
game.
soon as I loaded up that, obviously we're talking about the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake for anyone not in the loop.
Yeah, top-notch stuff.
I mean, I was like, well, I'm going from the beginning. I'm just
Yeah.
going to start at 1 because
that's
guess
fair.
what? Mate?
That's
1
logical.
comes before 2. Have you ever? Do you
Does it?
bloody skip maths, mate?
Does it?
Yeah. Did you bloody
Does
skip
it?
maths? Yeah. What was that on the same day as the lessons in decorum?
Yeah.
You skip those as well, mate.
Grace and decorum. But
yeah.
look,
So
what I was
fair
saying
enough, mate.
is that I've had a think about these, but I haven't gone as in depth in some of them. So there are a few that I've forgotten a few character names, but I know what I want to try and get out of them. Okay.
Okay,
But-
I mean,
but
that was
I am.
infinitely more explanation than we needed, Nick, but it's
Look,
fine.
Look, I just wanted to get it all off my chest before somebody, skips halfway through a podcast episode and says, that man sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Nick, I certainly hope no one would have the balls and the guts to come through with that.
No one would. No one would.
But here's how we're going to do
yeah.
this. I've come up with a list of popular films, popular franchises. I've tried to pick ones that have got like a few good options and good characters, like an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through, and we're both going to decide who we'd want to recast with Nick Cage. And I thought about look, we're going to set some rules. Like, does it have to be Nick Cage in this role, or does it just have to be Nick Cage doing what he wants to do? And I feel like we'll just decide on the fly. With different films will be different, It's like,
and also, look, Nick Cage being in any role, you're gonna get a bit of Cage in there. Do you know what I mean?
you're going to get a bit of Cage, yeah. But I
Yeah.
just mean is it Nick Cage dressed up as this person playing the role like that, just Nick Cage, or is it just Nick Cage with just Nick Cage?
Well, I think these are very, very decent questions to be asking in such
course,
a
mate.
nuanced discussion. But we can approach them as and when, because as you said, it's different for different films,
Okay, I think we'll just go through it then, mate. We'll
Let's
just
do
go
it.
through it. I'll start
Yeah.
from the top. We'll start with a good one. And I've simply gone with Harry Potter, the franchise, but
Yeah.
we'll pick. I said you can pick a film because look, there's 7 of these things. I know that some characters overlap, so they may appear in multiple
Yeah.
films. But if you've got a film which you're like, that's the Harry Potter film, I want this character to be replaced by Nick Cage, then we'll just go for
Yeah.
that, Nick. Here, look, go first, mate. Harry Potter. Which film and who are you recasting Nick Cage as?
Right. So I've actually got 2 answers here,
Oh,
because I think there's one that's a little bit, I'm pretty sure doesn't actually get introduced until like midway through. But then there's one that
well,
just
we're going
throughout.
specific. Does it matter if it's midway through, Nick? The character still exists.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes you want all the Cage you can get,
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, my first one, which would be just general Harry Potter main character here,
Okay.
Professor McGonagall.
That
Could
would-
you
okay.
imagine? Could
That
you?
would be sensational.
It would be amazing. Like,
It would
and
add an element. I think it would add because Professor McGonagall, you always watch it and you're like, oh, she's
She's a
quite a cute,
bit-
old, wise person,
a bit
but
quirky.
she can put her foot down,
Oh, cuzzy,
She
she got a
knows-
bit of.
when to say like, Harry, you stop fucking being a little twat.
Look, I feel like if you crossed Professor McGonagall on the wrong day, wrong time,
Yeah.
I think she'd fucking snap your neck, mate.
I think she could. I think she's capable.
I think
of it.
she has that in her eyes. It's
But
like
I think right. So we get Nick Cage in there, and he's going to bring a whole new table of
he'll give that
emotions.
Yeah, I feel like because she's got quite a bit of, and towards the end of the
Yeah.
of the series,
getting
she
a bit
becomes a
haggard.
little bit more like serious about it and stuff. But there's like sassy sort of. Do you know what I mean? Like a
So
little
you're
bit of-
there for the sassy
It's a little bit
Cage
called a-
moments.
Yeah, a little bit Gryffindor coming for you. A little bit of a.
Would,
little bit of a
right,
sissy
okay,
sort
would
of
Nick Cage be doing that voice,
So-
or would it just be Nick Cage?
So fucking either way, because imagine, if you will,
Yeah.
the absolute beauty that would be Nick Cage playing Professor McGonagall just
Yeah.
just as Nick Cage.
Just, I mean, it'd be incredible.
as Nick Cage.
You'd be like, every scene would have a new element of like, I don't know where this is gonna go
Yeah.
because
This
Professor
is-
McGonagall could
yeah.
fucking flip.
Is
right
it
now.
erotic? I don't know how to feel because
Exactly.
these
So-
emotions are.
So
not-
we're getting. So you're saying we're gonna get pretty manic high up on the whack scale from Nick Cage because
Well,
his performances are pretty all over the place.
I
We're
think
getting a
s-
crazy Nick Cage, are we?
Well, I hope so, and that the crazy Nick Cage would lead it on to. Imagine if it wasn't Nick Cage voice, but he did go full Scottish. I feel like a Scottish. Like, have we had that? Has
what, Scottish Nick Cage? I don't think
Yeah.
we have.
I feel like that would be funny, wouldn't it?
I think there's a time for it. And it's Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's
you're right,
right
mate.
there. It's there.
Yeah, yeah. You said there was 2. Is that it?
The second one would be Mad Eye Moody, all right? Because
Yeah. Okay.
he has like there's like a, and mainly in, is it Prisoner of Azkaban?
No, doesn't he come in
Is
later?
it Goblet of Fire?
Yeah. Was it not after that? Isn't he like
No,
Order of the
no,
Phoenix or
it's-
some shit? I don't know, man.
No, fuck off, mate. I rewatched them recently. He comes
Yeah. Well, then
back
you should
in
be
the
asking
one
me the
where.
question. Nick.
So this is massive spoilers for Harry Potter. If
Oh,
any-
come
I
off
mean,
it. Yeah. If
it's
you're
been-
worried about getting spoiled about Harry
yeah,
Potter, mate,
get
come
up,
off it, mate.
sit down
Yeah,
and grow
sorry,
up. It's that he comes in and the one where David Tennant is polyjuice potioning to be him.
Yeah.
And he's what is that? Is it and he's doing like, is it Goblet of Fire? Is it Goblet of Fire?
Can't be Goblet. It's definitely after Goblet of Fire.
Either way, I'm just going to quickly Google while I'm talking.
Fucking hell.
But my reasoning is that in the one that he does come in on, there's loads of bits because it's not really him in it. It's like he has like loads of snap bits where he's like, oh, and then when you find out that it's David Tennant at the end, there's that whole scene where he's just like, oh, yes,
True.
how good would that be?
So
with
we
Nick
get some
Cage
real
playing it?
vampires kiss moments. That's
would
good
be
because I
amazing.
feel like, you know, whilst we can never have too much Nick Cage in a film, there is something about him just popping into the film like Mad Eye Moody would.
Exactly.
And also I suppose that's the same with Professor McGonagall as well. Those are two good characters because I feel like you don't want him in a main role, do you? You want him popping in and then injecting your film with just utter fucking
Well,
whackness
that's
at
it.
any
It's like,
point.
and I feel like everything else is pretty standard, but imagine just getting to like film 3 or 4 and then just bam, have Nick Cage.
And don't tell anyone he's in the cast. I feel like that adds so much to it. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Mad Eye Moody. I mean, there's mad in the name, mate. So
Look, I think actually I've just googled. I think it's Goblet of Fire. I think.
as if it was Goblet of Fire. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, mate.
No,
I'm not.
he's like right. I know where you're coming from. He in Order of the Phoenix, he's like an integral part. All right,
Yeah.
but that's not where he's introduced. He's
as
a
if, mate,
pretty
as
big
if.
part in Goblet of Fire.
This is wild. This is changed. I need to go back and rewatch them. But look, we could talk about when he doesn't appear in the Harry Potter franchise for a while. But instead, I think I'd rather tell you who I would cast.
Yeah, mate,
as Nick
hit
Cage.
me. Who go?
Look, similar vibe. We're not going to go main character. It'd be all too easy to say. Oh,
So
put
easy.
Nick Cage as Hermione.
Make
Oh,
him Rupert Grint.
Oh, put him as the boy who lived. I won't do that. I will not give in.
Yeah.
We need Nick Cage to step into the film
He's gotta shine.
momentarily. And
He's gotta be Nick
and
Cage,
let it know that look, I am Nick Cage and I'm fucking here.
Yeah.
And even though I'm not in 85% of this franchise, I need you
Yeah.
to always remember that I'm here and always have that element of like he could be right around the corner.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so for that reason, we're casting Nick Cage as Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah, go on. That's good. That's good.
Right? You
That's
go
good.
into the fucking toilets, crying in the corner.
And he's
Imagine
like,
Nick
"Oh."
Cage. Yeah, exactly.
You want to find the Chamber of Secrets?
He would cry like that, and if he didn't,
would.
then he'd, we wouldn't talk about it. But
Yeah.
how good would that be?
They're really good because there's also that scene in, I mean, great in Chamber of Secrets. Moaning
Yeah.
Myrtle's like there, whatever.
That was I was like, look, Chamber of
yeah.
Secrets, we're gonna get him in there.
But on my rewatch, there's a really great Moaning Myrtle scene in Goblet of Fire where he's got to take the egg and put it under the bath, and Moaning Myrtle's like flirting with Harry. And
that
actually,
would be come on.
that firstly, that would be fucking amazing with
Yeah.
Nick Cage in it because that would just be so weird. But secondly, I've got to get this off my chest, all right? It's so uncomfortably sexual. That scene, she's literally staring at his dick.
I
and
can't
she's like,
remember that scene.
Harry Potter is naked in a bath, which for some reason, I have no idea why he's naked because all he has to do, all right, is take the egg, put it underwater and listen to it. That's it.
Yeah.
But he decides to fucking fully have a bath, all right?
Yeah, imagine if Dumbledore's like, Harry, you have to remember, you just every step along the way to get this, you just get your dick out, Harry. And he's just
Harry,
like, what?
do
just
not
don't ask
forget.
anything. It's the prophecy. Just
Get
you
your
have to
willy
get your
out.
dick out, Harry.
But he's literally sat there like bathing, and there's like bubbles and shit. Like it's like he's
What's it-
having
oh,
a
he's
bath,
too-
all right?
No, he's
And-
really getting on.
Yeah, and Moaning Myrtle was just sat there like flirting, like, I think we had to. And then she literally is looking down at his dick, and I'm pretty sure she says something like, "The bubbles won't last that long." And you're like, oh my god, you're talking about looking at his fucking wang.
Yeah,
And then-
Moaning Myrtle.
and- yeah, and then the scene just moves on, and it's like, wow, that was
Why
very
not? I mean,
charged.
good thing it happened, 4 films in and not in the first one. Otherwise, you'd be
So-
looking at a court case, Moaning
There's a court
Myrtle.
case there, Moaning.
Yeah, good luck getting out of that one.
Do you
Yeah?
call her
Oh,
Moaning?
the bubbles went. Oh, yeah, you're going to prison, love.
Would you call her Moaning, or would you call her Miss Myrtle? Is Moaning, obviously it's the nickname, but
Well,
what's
you
her
call,
actual-
she's Moaning Myrtle. No one goes, oh, who remembers Miss Myrtle?
Yeah, I'll bet no one goes, who remembers
Yeah, oh
Moaning?
yeah. Oh, my favourite character in all of Harry Potter was Miss Myrtle. You say that, people be like, "Who you talking about?"
Yeah. Someone
Don't
goes,
remember that teacher.
Oh, my favourite thing about Hogwarts was moaning. And you say, yeah, what? Last night in the common room?
Wow. Yeah, crazy man. Well, look,
Yeah.
that was much fantastic discussion. I feel like we should agree one before we move on to each one.
Yeah. Let's agree.
Let's right. Mad Eye Moody's my weakest, I think. I'm going to
I
say
think
that.
so.
I don't think we go So Moaning Myrtle or Professor McGonagall.
Look,
Ooh,
Professor McGonagall,
this
come
is
on.
This is a good toss-up.
Come on, Professor McGonagall.
Yeah, I'll give it to Professor
Just
McGonagall.
quite simply
Yeah.
imagine, because she's so frail as well. I'm like, imagine Nick Cage.
I like,
you know,
I like the authority of something like Professor McGonagall for
and
Nick Cage.
he's there enough in the film.
Yeah.
He would be in it enough, but there's also a lot of time where she's not a
Yeah, he's
prime
still.
character, so-
Yeah, I like the idea of Nick Cage being one of Harry's sort of authority figures. That's
Yeah.
fun. Okay,
Yeah,
good work.
good.
Next franchise.
Go
It's
on.
a big one. One of the best. The best trilogy of all time.
Yep, go on.
It's Lord of the Rings. Now, this one,
Yes.
I haven't said specify a film because it's Lord of the Rings.
It's all
one film, innit?
Yeah.
It's all one film. So, you went first last time. I'm going to go first this time.
Go on.
I think in Lord of the Rings, there's some obvious picks here. I'm not going to go for them. I would cast Nick Cage as Denethor.
So, right, you're going to have to remind me here, because this is what I was saying when there are a few characters I can't remember who's who.
Yeah, right. Denethor, I think Denethor the second to be specific. He is the father of Boromir and Faramir. If you remember, he in the
The
last
one that's the bell end in the...
Yeah, he goes proper
and he's
psycho
on the
and mental.
throne
and
and he's like... Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Got
got
it.
the long hair, and he's in what's the name of the?
He's in that, like,
is
kind
it
of
Minas Tirith?
thatched,
Is
like-
it? No, he's in Osgiliath. Oh, I can't even remember.
Yeah,
Look,
I
I haven't watched it
remember.
for a while. He just goes whack, and I think he kills himself at the end of the spoilers, I suppose. But it's
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings again. And he makes that burning pyre for him and his son because
Yeah.
Get Nick Cage in there, mate. He's like,
Good.
I know that there's a lot of people going crazy in Lord of the Rings, and like
Yeah.
the most obvious one is like Gollum or some shit. But I'm telling you, get him as Denethor because he doesn't come in until quite late in the story, and so you're like, oh,
And
this
doesn't
is
he-
fine, and normal.
he doesn't-
and then
he-
Nick Cage is just there.
Yeah, but I was also going to say, he's not, like, immediately mad, is he?
No, he
He's a
starts
dick
and you're
the whole
like, he's a
time, but-
dickhead. Yeah, he starts a dickhead, and we meet him when he's pretty much like at the end of his tether, but we don't
Yeah.
know how crazy he is or why.
Yeah.
And then you learn a bit more. I think it's that first scene where it doesn't I may be completely wrong, but doesn't Merry meet him in that hall, and he becomes like his servant or something? I can't remember.
Look, the first...
With worm tongue.
From not having seen it in ages, the first thing I remember of him is just them all, like, Aragorn and stuff coming up on horses to that, like, village bit that he's in, and he's in that great hall and he's sat. But I don't think that's actually... I don't know.
No.
I'm just making
Well,
up.
look, I'm telling you, we're just going to have to get Nick Cage on a full whack scale, going crazy. I just want to see him mainly in Return of the King,
Yeah.
going crazy and jumping off things. So, yeah, get him as Denethor, mate. That's a curveball. No one would expect it either.
I think, yeah, that's so true. You'd just be watching it thinking, this is just Lord of the Rings. And then,
Exactly. And I feel like we should preface this. The best way for any of these recastings is not to put him on the billing.
Never
Don't
have
tell
him on the
people Nick
billing.
Cage is in the film. So we'll have to assume that no one knows Nick Cage is coming into these films for added
yeah.
impact.
that would, it would add a lot of impact.
I mean, you put him as Frodo, and scene one, you're like, oh, Nick Cage. It wears off after
Yeah,
the first
very
film, doesn't
true.
it?
You just know. You're
Exactly.
just like,
You
okay,
put him as
okay.
Denethor, mate. You go through the first few films, like, what a great film. This is fantastic. And then here's Nick Cage.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
and whack. Do it. What about you, mate? Who would
Look,
you cast?
I'll tell you who I think Nick Cage would be just splendid at playing this role. For a reason I actually don't think I could tell you why I think it would be good. It just would.
Okay,
It
okay.
just would be insane.
Okay.
Arwen.
I thought you were going to go for one of the love interests. And
Just
yes, I'm here
that's
for it.
it. Imagine.
To
like,
be honest, the benefit of that is we get to see Nick Cage and Viggo Mortensen
just have a little snog.
just have a little go.
Did they have like full-on penetrative sex?
Well, you don't see it. Lord of the Rings isn't a porn.
Yeah,
film.
I know. It's not Lord in the
Oh, I
Rings.
can't remember. Was there a penetrative
No,
sex
no,
on camera
I mean,
in Lord of the Rings?
Look, I mean, like, I'm trying to remember. Is it just like a kissy scene, or is there like montage of them like getting
I
to
think.
it?
I mean, it's quite a respectable film, isn't it? I mean, it's not like they're like quick.
yeah,
Let's
but
go.
do
a
they
quick
have
shag.
sex, and is it implied, or is it?
I mean,
obviously they have.
it's heavily implied that they're
Yeah.
in a sexual
Well,
relationship,
yeah, of
right?
course.
But they just
Look, that's non-debatable. What I
they
mean
certainly
is,
kiss, don't they?
is there a sex scene where, however it's shown?
Put it in. Maybe that's a
Put it
condition.
in.
That's on
it
Nick
in.
Cage's rider. I will be in this film, and on the assumption I get to fuck Viggo Mortensen.
Look, me and Vigo, we got to at least touch tips. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. And you know what? I'd respect that.
Yeah, I would be
I'd
here for it.
respect that.
Okay, good shout, Arwen. I like what you're right. It doesn't need to make sense. It
doesn't
just does.
And because it's Nick Cage, I think that's the beauty of it. that would almost make it better. That it just absolutely wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
but
and I think on that one, I'd say that I think he'd have to deliver it the same way that Liv Tyler did, because
like
she's
really
very much
calm and like,
Aragorn,
you have
like
to
that
go
sort
to
of
the-
shit.
Yeah, like properly.
Can we get? I want to get. That's a Nick Cage role we need.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. You
Soft
know
and
what?
loving.
I'm gonna say it. Yours is better there.
It is, isn't it?
Arwen.
It is. Arwen would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd like Arwen.
It'd
Okay,
be
so
great.
we're agreed.
Mate, do you know what I'd like?
What?
To know what you have for breakfast.
Oh.
What did you have for breakfast? I know what I had.
So, what did you have for breakfast, Nick?
I had nothing. I skipped breakfast today.
Okay.
What are you going to do about it?
How did that go? You feeling hungry?
No, because I had a fucking peng lunch.
What was lunch?
Had just a little bit of a little bit of the bubbly. No, I had a bit of veggie, like a veggie cooked Phil English.
All right, well, that's good. That can count as a breakfast. You should have just said that was your breakfast.
Yeah, but
mate.
look, I didn't
wouldn't
have
checked.
it until like 12:30. That's not.
Well, I
breakfast.
appreciate the honesty, because I
Yeah.
would have just been like, today I had a full English.
No, look, I didn't have it at breakfast. This is
Okay,
the eternal
yeah,
debate. We'll get into it another time. What timings mean breakfast and what timings mean. We'll get into it
Some
another time.
episode,
Look,
yeah.
mate, what did you have for breakfast?
Toast and butter.
Wow, that
Two
was
pieces of toast, butter, and
yes. I expected that to be
and
the
a
case.
coffee. Yeah, there's no curveballs. I don't know why I felt the need to go further into it.
Yeah,
There's no surprises.
toast
along
and
the way.
butter. 2 pieces
Yeah.
of toast and also some butter.
Violite butter, dairy free, mate.
That was good. I had some of that.
Yeah, it's as good as the real shit, mate. Spread's nice,
Nice.
tastes nice. It was a great breakfast.
Good. Well, I'm glad.
Thanks. That was what we had for breakfast. Eye-opening as ever. But I'll tell you what else is eye-opening, Nick.
Go on. Is it the lids above and below your eyes?
It is that. But it's
That?
also watching a film you love and seeing Nick Cage in it.
Yes.
Which is what we're doing. We're recasting Nick Cage. So let's
Thanks for the
continue,
reminder.
Nick. Our next on the list is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Again, whatever one you want. If there's a specific character in a specific one, do it, mate. You go first, because I went first on the last one.
Right. So I'm beginning to see a theme here for me, and that it's
Okay.
Nick Cage playing female characters. And, I'm
look,
trying
I hope-
my hardest to get away from it.
Who are we to say that that's a problem, mate?
Who are we to say it's a problem? It's also mainly because in Indiana Jones, I can't remember the characters aside from Indiana Jones. I literally haven't seen
just
them all
Indi-
in
it's
about
just-
10 years.
Indiana Jones and some people, really, innit?
Well, that's it. It's like, but then I don't remember enough about the other cast to know.
Okay.
But I do remember this cast member.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Let's have it.
Whoever the love interest is
In
Temple of Doom.
I knew you would, because it's a classic.
It's a
And
classic.
she's not having a good time, is she?
But there's so many
yeah, she
scenes where
freaks
she's
out.
freaking out.
I feel like a lot of these roles are decided on which character freaks out the most in a film.
Look, if a character snaps a lot, Nick Cage is going to nail it.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
look,
just it.
fair enough. Look,
I don't
that's
make the
like
rules,
his
mate.
one criteria for roles, right? You just like, do I freak out? I'm
Yeah.
signed on.
Because the one thing I really remember from Temple of Doom is the scene where they're eating all the shit, and it's like there's like a tape, it's like eyes and
monkey
stuff,
brains
it's
and
monkey
shit, innit?
brain, and she's like proper squirmish, but it's like Nick Cage would
Yeah,
ham
you'd be
that,
like, keep the camera rolling. We're just gonna let Nick go.
keep it going. Just we need at least 20 minutes footage of him just losing his shit. And for that role, I would say it doesn't have to be played like she's playing it in the original.
It would
Just
work better
Nick
if it was just Nick Cage. Yeah, like I've just walked off his trailer and
Yeah.
okay.
Again,
Fair enough,
no
mate.
explanation. He's just there.
That's all right.
You know?
Your strange affiliation with female characters played by Nick Cage continues, and that's
Coming
fine.
to-
We're
coming
not
to
here to
fruition,
judge, mate.
Yeah.
What
about you,
I've
mate?
got a better one though.
Yeah,
mate.
go on. Yeah.
Short round.
I didn't even think.
As you were saying, I was like, "How have you missed this?"
Yeah, of course.
Of course, it's short round.
Completely.
Imagine watching Indiana Jones, but short round is played by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, completely.
Incredible.
Yeah, that is it.
Because he doesn't freak out like some of the other characters, but he
yeah.
does like shout a lot at Indiana Jones.
And he kind of gets just abused by Indiana Jones. Like
he
he's
does.
just
It's
treated
not
like
actually
shit,
that
isn't he?
cool, is it? Like Indiana Jones is a dickhead to a Chinese boy for so much of that franchise.
Yeah, honestly, that would be chef's kiss.
Nick Cage, it'd be amazing.
Mate, I completely forgot Short Round was a thing.
How could you? He's my favorite character.
I
in
know.
Indiana
I
Jones.
literally.
He's only in Temple
Yeah.
of Doom, right?
Yeah, I think.
All right, you didn't sound confident, so I'm not
He's
going to take your word as
definitely
gospel
not.
on that.
I'm sure he's not in the first one.
No, I think he just pops up in the second
I
one.
think he's. I think it's just like, here you go.
I need to rewatch that film, man.
Yeah,
What a film.
Yeah,
What a
I haven't
classic.
seen it in a while.
What a rip ride of an adventure, huh?
Yeah, and we all know everyone's favorite Indiana Jones, the best one, the Shia LaBeouf one.
You know what? I just completely forgot that film existed.
It's because it's dog shit.
It shouldn't exist.
It
Fair
shouldn't.
enough. So I think we're
shouldn't.
pretty much in agreement there. Short round is
Yeah,
the one.
100%. I feel embarrassed that I even suggested anything else.
Just
mate.
the
I'm sorry.
costume alone. Just just get Nick Cage in that costume, and he doesn't have to do anything.
Well, see,
That's
this is the
funny.
thing. Would he be Nick Cage, height or whatever, or would they like do some sort of like Hobbit style Lord of the Rings film effects where he's tiny. He just is
Perspective.
short round.
That is difficult. It'd have to be perspective because it would be so much funnier if
It
he
would
was
be
a tiny
jokes.
Nick Cage.
Or they just CGI his face over a small boy.
I wouldn't be down for that because that doesn't feel authentic Nick Cage.
That's true. We want to get everything
We need
out
that.
of his
We need the
character.
physicality that comes with a
Yeah,
Nick Cage
definitely.
performance, right? Yeah.
Or maybe
get him a
mocap,
short
you know?
round. Shut up. We're not doing mocap. Shut
Imagine
up.
mocapping.
Yeah, he'll play. Yeah, you can play the Rock in the in that scene in Indiana Jones.
Could you simply imagine if like that, for whatever reason, that was a thing, and there was an article just like Nick Cage mocapping for short round in Indiana Jones. Like, he's going to play a small boy.
I mean, that would be incredible. If they were like,
Love
we're rebooting it, Nick Cage is short round, I'd be immediately
I'd watch
there.
all. I'd give all of my money to them. Yeah.
That's a win. Right, next one. It's a
Go on.
classic. One of the best films ever made, Jurassic Park. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the first one, not the rest of the
I was going to
let's not talk
say,
about the rest of the franchise.
yeah, I think first one
It's
definitely.
not worth talking about the rest. So Jurassic Park, I'm going to go first. Now there's two here. There's an obvious one,
Yeah.
and there's a better option in my opinion.
I think I know what.
So
you're
the
going to say.
obvious one, I think,
Yeah.
and maybe this isn't. Maybe people are going to listen and be like, "That's not obvious. I would have picked someone else." But I feel like the obvious one is Professor Malcolm, i.e., Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but
Oh, okay, so maybe it wasn't. In my opinion, I was like, maybe that's the obvious one.
It probably
I don't really
is.
know why, but I feel like it is because he's the one character that has the most like fun.
He's got a bit of
He's having the
swag.
most fun, isn't he?
he's,
Yeah, he's got swag.
he's having a good old time.
But the problem with casting Nick Cage as Malcolm
yeah,
is that you then cease to have Jeff Goldblum in your film.
that's true.
We
is
need to
a
have
heavy
Jeff
hitter.
Goldblum in the film
Yeah,
with Nick Cage. So let's forget about that.
Yeah.
The better
Yeah.
option, right? There are two here. So
Go
I'm
on.
going to say two. This is cheating, but there's two. Hammond, aka Richard Attenborough.
yeah, that would be fucking weird.
Look at, I
mate.
just love it's just Nick
He's
Cage
the- it's
owning this
his-
island.
But
It
it's
would
Nick
add such a
Cage's
good
island.
level to it. Yeah, it would be incredible. Like when he gets there, welcome to Jurassic Park, and like we rewatched it recently, and it's just amazing how like they're just in a trailer doing their thing, and then Richard fucking Attenborough just turns
Yeah.
up
He
in their
loves
trailer.
it.
It's like, come to my park, I'll
He's
find you.
so
Imagine
pure.
Nick Cage. It'd be
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
You'd have to go.
It's all from his. It's knowing that it would be Nick Cage's brainchild.
Exactly,
like,
because
yeah.
Richard Attenborough adds this kind of nice warmth to it, which is like, oh, it's like a granddad. It's like you can believe that people would, if you had Nick Cage going full Nick Cage, it
Yeah.
would add this crazy manic level that would just throw everything
Absolute
off.
chaotic energy.
Look,
yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say it isn't gonna ruin. It might ruin the film,
yeah, but in
but
some
it's
ways,
an experiment I'd be willing to take.
yeah, ruin the film. You know,
Yeah.
better the Cage.
Exactly.
You know?
But now here's my other option. I know I'm cheating doing two, but I
I
have
hope
to.
this is the one. I have one
It's-
solid option. And
It's Nedry. the yeah.
Didn't say the magic words.
You didn't say them exactly.
Exactly
the son,
what I was gonna say.
The son of Hammond.
wait.
Have I? Yeah.
That's the son of.
Well,
I
I
just
think
thought
it
it was
is.
a
He
random
definitely
fact.
says at one point son. He calls him son. I don't know if it's
No
like a
way.
son or like because I'm pretty sure. Have I just
This is
completely
Blown the doors wider.
I'm
That's
certain
true.
it's his son that he's just got, and that's why he's like, oh, he has to work there because he's not a
Yeah,
good
he's shit.
worker.
Well, I just thought it was just a random bell end.
Well, I might be completely wrong. Someone correct me if I'm not. But look, get Nick Cage as him.
I mean,
'Cause you
yeah,
get
look,
you get
yeah.
the amazing and like him sat around
Didn't
and
say
there's
the magic
it's just
word. You
worth
get the
that
memes
scene
of
at the
it.
beginning where he's on the beach being told from those people that how
Yeah.
he needs to get it out. They give him the aerosol can, and
Yeah.
he's just like this weird giggly like techie nerd kid. It would be
Yeah.
amazing when Nick Cage.
Also-
you get him running down that bit in the mud with that weird thing.
Yeah.
It's like gotta be good.
Well, I think.
So I don't know what I think I'm gonna stick with Hammond. I do think Hammond.
Nah.
would
Look, I was gonna go with what's he called again? I can't even remember his name.
Nedry.
He's Nedry. I was gonna
You
go.
were going
with-
to go with him.
Well, yeah, I was gonna suggest him just purely because he's got the right in the film. He's like a funny dick, isn't he?
He's
basically?
like a wild
absolute
card, I suppose.
arsehole.
He's
yeah,
the
but
off
he's got
the
that.
chain guy.
Yeah, he's like an idiot as well.
Yeah.
Because I think Nick Cage would play that level of I'm a dick, but I'm also an idiot so well.
And unhinged, like you need someone that feels like you're buying that they're just whack.
He's like the cartoon villain, but he's an idiot, so it's like funny.
All right. Okay, well, I feel like we should go with that because
Yeah.
purely because of the fact that we both just
Look,
chose
gold.
it. But
I'd watch
yeah.
that film every night of my
And
life.
again, that leans into the whole don't drop him immediately at the beginning of the film. Drop him.
Exactly.
He's not a huge part of the film. Okay.
But he's littered throughout it like a
right.
paint drop on a delicate artist's painting.
Nice, mate. I didn't know where that was going to go. You took it somewhere.
Well, I was trying to think of that artist that just splat shit everywhere, but I don't know.
Is it? I
don't
don't
know.
know. Nothing, mate. I've
I
got
don't know.
nothing.
I don't know enough about
Well, there we go.
art.
If anyone can tell us who the artist that splats paint on things is, you win nothing.
Then we'd love to know.
Would love to know. Next up, Pirates of the Caribbean. Any
Yeah.
of them again? Fire away. Who is
Look.
Nick Caged? Who's
Look.
being Nick Caged up?
Look.
Wait, let me guess. It's going to be it's going to be Nick Wilson get Nick Cage in the leading role of the leading female love
No,
interest.
it's not. It's not actually Stuart.
Oh, okay.
It's not. And I'm thinking primarily about the first Parts of the Caribbean here.
Yeah,
I
okay,
don't
fair enough.
care
Alright.
about the other ones. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah, why not?
I remember liking the second one, but I can't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, yeah, third one's called World's End. More like bloody franchises.
Yeah,
All right.
more like the death of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. More like make a short film. Make a bit more. content.
Yeah, more like get me on the ride, not the film. You know.
Did have that cool bit with the whirlpool. We're going off the track.
Digress.
Go on.
I would see. There's two options here. The very obvious option. This is
Right.
obvious,
Okay. Yeah.
but and I don't. I just want to get it off my chest.
So you're going to say Captain Jack Sparrow,
Yeah,
aren't you?
that would be like.
Oh come! I'm
you
not
know-
letting you. We're not.
No,
we're not picking that. Just
Yeah.
on purely on the principle that no.
Exactly. But we do have to appreciate there will be some quality moments.
I mean, there's a reason it's obvious, I guess. It's,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
It gives him a bit of rein to go crazy.
But then my actual pick would be, and I think I'm about to butcher the name because I always get Captain Barbosa,
Oh, what? Jeffrey Rush?
Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
I see
he's
that.
like, I just can't help but think how amazing Nick Cage would be. You best start believing in ghost stories.
Yeah,
Miss
true. That
Turner."
would be good. That whole scene would become
Yeah.
wild.
You're
I feel
in
like that's
one.
got as much potential for him to do crazy shit as Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
Maybe not as
because-
obviously, but you can do it.
But he's just also he's like the pirate, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow's like cool, he's pirate, but he's like funny, quirky. Like Jeffrey Rush's character is like fucking pirate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like you see him and he's supposed to be this like proper pirate that's like is
Aged.
he's wait also he's the villain, yeah.
Yeah.
But by the end, am I imagining that he's not? Am I imagining that by like throughout the films because I swear like he's
No.
really likable.
No,
by
he's still a bad guy, right?
I
But
can't remember.
But at some point in the franchise, it's like he's less of a bad guy.
well, I think
doesn't
this is what I'm trying to get at is that he's a villain, but he's like a likable villain because you're
Don't
like
they have
there's-
to
there's
team
a-
up with him in like the third?
But
one,
that's what I
essentially?
mean. I'm pretty sure that happens. In which case, I'd love to see Nick Cage playing someone that is the
bit
villain,
of duality.
but he's got that character. Like you kind of, I know what it is.
Yeah, all right.
Something about him's endearing.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I think it would be difficult. I mean, it would be fun and amazing to have him as a proper villain, but you're kind of always on side with Nick Cage.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough, mate. That
That
works.
is my.
I
play.
was
What
going to
about you?
go with Will Turner, originally played by Orlando Bloom. And I'll be honest, part of the reason I picked this is because I don't like Orlando Bloom in that film.
Whoa, Stu, come on, friend of the podcast, Orlando Bloom.
Oh my God, shit. Oh, I didn't even know what I was saying. I'm sorry, Orlando.
Yeah,
I take it
come
back.
on,
I take
mate.
it back.
We know
Sorry,
he's a listener.
Orlando, if you're listening, I know I love Orlando Bloom in Pirates of the Caribbean, and everything I'm about to say is false. Sorry, Orlando, come back on.
It's wrong.
No, it'd be great. I don't know why he's a lead. He's like the lead hero, even though really Jack Sparrow is the lead hero.
I
in a
think
weird roundabout way.
this is my picture and why I think he'd be funny as Will Turner is because he's supposed to be this like young, like pretty fucking jacked, like do you know what I mean? Just like cool guy, like whatever.
And he's quite
Nick Cage
clueless, I
would be
suppose.
so fun, especially if he had the long hair. Wait, Will Turner has long hair in it?
No,
Yeah.
Does he? No,
Wait.
Does he? As if. I do not remember Orlando Bloom having long hair in Pirates of the Caribbean. You're just thinking of Lord of the Rings. You're like, oh yeah, and he throws bows and he has a fun relationship with the dwarf.
Stuart Wilson, my
Shut up,
friend.
Does he?
Yeah.
He cuts it off though, doesn't he? Tell me he cuts it off.
I am sending his pic. Right.
Send it over and I will
Look at your phone right now because
either remember
let me
or
tell you.
not remember this.
For any video watchers as well, I'm
I'll
sure
put it
we'll
up.
slap it up on the screen.
We'll slap it up. Where is it,
Imagine Nick Cage in this role because you know that meme of Nick Cage. He's like with his long hair.
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
imagine
From
it.
Connor.
Imagine it. It's sending
Okay.
now. There you go. There you go. Take a look at that, mate. Snack on that.
Oh, yes. Oh, he did have long hair,
He fully
didn't he?
did, he
Wow.
fully
I'm
did.
immediately very, very ashamed of myself for not
Yeah,
remembering that.
yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Get him in that role, mate. Get him in there.
Smash Nick Cage into that
Get Nick
exact
Cage
costume.
in there. And he has to have a British accent
Yes.
as well.
Yeah,
Because
of course. Of
he
course.
just has to.
Wait, is Jeffrey Rush British in it?
Yeah.
Are they all British in it?
Yes.
Wow.
I think we both need to go back
I,
and
honestly,
rewatch Pirates of the
I'm
Caribbean.
starting to think like, am I
You're
being-
telling me they're British and they've got long hair?
Wait. Much of it happens at sea.
Yeah, hang on
On
a
a
second.
boat?
There are pirates in that film.
No. This is all wrong,
No,
my friend.
Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the one that's like the space opera with the lasers.
Wait. Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm pretty sure that was the one set in the office block in New York City. Office
Yeah, they
Space.
all had thick Brooklyn accents.
Yeah. They all had just a crazy whack dynamic within the office. It was
Yeah, exactly.
mad.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay. So, what do we want to say? Barbosa? Or are we going with Will Turner?
Look,
Come on. It's got to be
look,
Will Turner.
It's got to be Will Turner.
It's gotta
but
be
I
Will
would
Turner, there we
like
go.
to state that Barbosa would be, there would be more depth to it, but that's
would
not what
be.
we're looking for here.
Yeah,
we're looking
exactly.
for just pure Nick Cage joy, and
Exactly.
Will Turner
And
would
I
deliver
actually
this.
think this is one of the cases where, even though we are introduced to him earlier on in the film, I don't see how this could get boring.
No, there's no way.
I don't.
There's no way.
You're not getting to the third act of Pirates of the Caribbean and thinking, oh, how mundane this performance has
Yeah.
got. No, you're thinking Nick Cage is still mental, and I live for it.
Yeah, there is a real chance we'd screw up anything tonal about the film, but you
And
know,
we
we'll
get
talk
to
about-
see we
about
get to
that
see forced romantic chemistry between Nick Cage and Keira
Oh
Knightley.
my god! I think I'd throw up at least once in it, but it would be great.
I hate Keira Knightley. Just throwing it in there. Fuck her.
Gritted teeth nightly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man. Okay, let's go on to the next one. It's a big one. It's a big franchise.
Go on.
Star Wars. Now
Yeah.
for this one, I've said, look, we need to come at these each trilogy because
Yeah.
they're very different characters that could work. You know, we might pick a character that is present in a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Not prequels, of course, but so we're gonna go through each trilogy. You can go first, mate. Let's hear it rather quickly because look at this timing wise.
Okay.
Let's have your pick for the original trilogy and then the prequel trilogy and then the sequel trilogy.
Well, I'm glad that I'm the one to go first and that we can keep it quick because this needs no explanation. It's throughout. It's in the sequel. It's in the prequel. It's in the original. It's Yoda.
Yes, that's what
It's Yoda. It's Yoda.
It has to be. It has to be. And but here's my condition.
Yeah.
Right. Because in the prequel trilogy he becomes CGI.
Yeah.
And in the first one he's a puppet.
Oh yeah.
I don't want either of those options. I think it needs to be Nick Cage painted green
on his knees,
on his knees,
and you
painted
can
green.
see his feet behind him.
Dude,
You're like,
you wanna know
what
the reason I immediately knew it would be Yoda is Nick Cage on Mark Hamill's back in a swamp.
Yeah, and also all of the lightsaber fights in the prequel trilogy would be so funny knowing
Absolutely.
it's just Nick Cage annihilating.
Okay, yeah. So I did put Yoda, but I did change my option for the sequel trilogy.
Okay.
And I still think Yoda would be good, but he's only in one film for a
Okay.
scene. So purely on the fact that I'd like to see a bit more of Nick Cage in the sequel trilogy,
Yeah.
I just put Kylo Ren.
Okay.
Because he just throws hissy fits all the time. It'd be
Oh my
amazing.
God, yeah.
And he gets to have that very erotic topless scene.
Look, there'll be energy all over the place, chaotic. Who knows what's going on?
Exactly.
He would bring it. He'd bring it.
It'd be great. I'd like to see him as as Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I would
But
like to
I'm
see
happy
that.
to say Yoda for all of them, just in an interest of efficiency.
The joy of him being Yoda is that he's in it quite a lot in the originals and the prequels. But then,
Yeah.
it's not in it. It's not, you're not promised. Like when you're watching Force Awakens, I wasn't thinking, I'm going to see Yoda. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then when
true.
he does pop up in Last Jedi,
It's
it'll be
a
like,
surprise.
Nick fucking Cage, ladies
True,
and gentlemen.
that's true.
Do you know
It
what I
does
mean?
have that element of like, you're like, oh, okay, so Nick Cage isn't in this trilogy.
But
And
then
then
he is.
Sure enough, there's Nick Cage.
There
in
he
the
is.
trilogy.
There's
And
Nick.
I can't stress this enough. Same with all of these. He cannot be in the billing. He cannot be on the posters.
No.
It has to be
Yeah,
the biggest
no.
surprise. Yeah, okay. Nick Cage is
Under
Yoda.
wraps,
Entire-
NDAs
all
everywhere.
trilogies.
Yeah.
That was nice and quick.
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. And I also think we should probably steer slightly to the left for this bit.
Okay. I'd love to,
and
mate.
maybe, maybe we find out what our good friend Peter's thinking today. In Peter's Corner. Peter's Corner. Here's a man with a frail voice. Peter's Corner now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Peter, and welcome back to my segment on the show. I have to firstly apologise about last week, but this week I hope you'll all join me for some wonderful discussion. Welcome to Peter's Corner. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that Oprah Winfrey is a paedophile.
Oh my God! Oh, Peter!
Oh, Peter.
Peter, that's a very big claim.
Can't air it now.
Oh,
Can't air it again. Can't
Oh
air
my
it.
God.
You-
Look.
we cannot say with definite. We just can't be saying that Oprah Winfrey's a paedophile.
You can't throw around these accusations. And,
Yeah,
and
where are
also,
the facts? What's this based on? Pete?
Where are the facts? What's it based on? Fucking hell. Well,
Can't
we'll have to
believe-
scratch that, aren't we?
I can't believe he's done it again.
Fucking hell. Peter's Corner now.
Well, we didn't know it would happen again. We thought we'd take another chance and get Peter back on the show, and the segment just continues to go wrong.
We keep putting faith in him, and maybe we shouldn't.
It just goes to show: never trust old people with frail voices.
It just goes to show: never trust anyone called Peter.
Don't trust anyone else. Lock
Never
yourself
trust
in your room.
anyone.
Let yourself in your room and don't communicate with others. Look, I know we're getting pressed for time, so I've got a lot on this list. Maybe we can pick up some more in a future episode.
I
We'll do a
think-
part 2.
I think that's a good
But
shout. I think that's a good
Let's
shout.
plow through a couple of last minute ones.
Yeah, go on.
Just in the interest of filling this with some more ones. Here we go. Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, this is just any superhero. So any of the films. Let's go for one of the main superheroes. Who would you recast in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with Nick Cage? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I want to go
How do we-
first. I'm
you go
feeling
first.
confident about this.
Go on. Yeah, look at that confidence. Wow.
Yeah, I'm feeling very, very confident about this.
All right. Okay.
Captain America.
that
And do you know why?
feels obvious, but go on.
Oh, does it, Stuart? Because I would thoroughly enjoy a film in which you see him as a scrawny man for an hour of it, and then suddenly he's fucking stacked.
Okay, yeah, true. I kind of just ignored that part. So, yeah, you want him in. Yeah, I mean, look, it'd be great.
Look, the entire progression of Captain America's storyline, I want to see Nick Cage just lapping it up.
Scrawny Nick Cage becomes hench Nick Cage.
You also
becomes
get-
globally
yeah.
beloved Nick Cage.
Yeah, becomes, fighting with his best friend, Nick Cage. And then,
That's so true.
towards the end, you get those really emotional notes of him being an old person. So
That is an arc I'd like to see Nick Cage go through. Good
Yeah,
shout.
yeah.
I went with Doctor Strange.
yeah, okay.
You know what?
All right.
The main thinking was, I don't like Doctor Strange really,
And
I
it
don't
would make
think
it good.
I'd like to see him cast with someone that would make me enjoy those films, and I can't
Yeah.
imagine why it wouldn't. Why? How could it not be
I
incredible?
think it would just work, wouldn't
Nick
it?
Cage doing magic.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good,
Because
yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch has got this he's like doing all his like hand movements, and you're like,
It's a bit
oh,
too...
I believe you know what you're doing, but can we just get someone crazy in it?
It-
Imagine Nick Cage, and if it was like, right, Nick, you're on set, just improv, do whatever you want to do to get these
Yeah.
spells. Imagine this shit he'd come out with.
It would be whack, because the thing is with Doctor Strange at the moment is that I think it's an inherently cheesy, stupid character, right?
Yeah.
But it's played like really seriously.
This is
And-
it. Doctor
yeah.
Strange feels too serious for his own good.
But then the way they make it less serious is they throw in a couple quips about it, whatever, and it's like cool. But that doesn't make the fact that like literally Benedict Crimblebum is literally playing it with like, like,
Yeah,
doing
exa-
it. And
exactly,
it's like cool. You think you're really cool. Whereas if you had Nick Cage, I think you just flatten all of that and just have him think he's cool. But because it's
Yeah.
Nick Cage, you're like, this is hilarious.
I think it would be made infinitely better if
Yeah.
he played it as a drunk.
Yeah, just give him a bottle of rum every day.
Exactly. Fuck him up. Yeah. So Doctor Strange.
I
just sort of-
I
love
actually
it.
agree. I think that's
Okay,
probably
so we'll settle on that. Doctor
let's settle
Strange.
on that, yeah.
Let's come back to the original question.
Yeah.
As posited by Elliot. Disney princess,
Ooh.
who I'm going to go first on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Is the easiest answer I've ever had for anything in my
Yeah.
life. It's begging to be done.
Yeah.
It is The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Ariel, who hasn't wanted to watch Nick Cage sing part of this world?
Oh,
Part of that
just
world?
I just dream of just see it, like my mind can't even comprehend seeing the visual of Nick Cage and also hearing
yeah, I know, like, and this is it. He has to be very obviously. I know it's
Yeah.
animated, so it's a bit difficult, but it has to be very obviously Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Until the singing parts, where
Yeah.
it's just the voice of an angel.
and it's just like it's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
so
yeah,
pure.
exactly. He has to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I want to get on the ocean floor, and like, it just has to be gorgeous.
I want to get my voice back. Oh.
He has to have the dulcet tones.
Yeah.
He has to be like, oh, Sebastian, what are we doing here?
I wanna be where the people say.
What do they call them? Wait, what's the hilarious lyric in it?
Oh yeah, what do we call him? This,
Roads or something like that.
so, yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, yeah.
It's
exactly.
so
Oh,
shit.
It
I
is
love
that,
it.
isn't it, Rhodes?
What do they
call-
call them?
You ever thought about how silly that song is?
Bacon. It's like such an uncool word to sing.
You know what
in
I've
any
never got
context.
about that song? I love The Little Mermaid. It's one of my favourite Disney films, right?
Yeah.
But I watched it recently and it still bugs me. She longs for so much about the outside world, right?
Yeah.
I want to be up there, want to be doing all the things that humans do.
Yeah.
But they have that underwater.
Yeah.
She lives in
Yeah,
an
you've built
underwater
a world.
world. The only difference is that they float. But she has
Yeah.
civilization down there.
Well, maybe she
They've
just wants
got a
to not-
king. They've got a society.
Well, I
She's got her
think-
friends. She just doesn't want to be wet.
That's it. Part of me thinks
Call
she
it what
just
it
doesn't
is,
want to be wet all
fucking
the time.
Ariel. Call it what it is. Don't sing about, I want to be up there. Just get right to the point. Sing about how you don't want to be wet anymore.
Yeah,
Ariel.
I want to be where the people are paying taxes and living off of bloody
Yeah, and also,
paycheck
like,
week to
you
week.
don't want to be up here, mate.
No, Ariel. It's
Imagine-
very flattering. You don't want to be here.
Imagine that film was set in 2020. She's
Yeah.
like, I want to be where... Goes up, and it's just like, ah! There's like flame everywhere. There's like forest fires.
Militia
There's a
fighting.
pandemic.
Yeah. I
She's
want
like,
to be
I
with
wanna
the
be
Antifa.
in New Zealand where they have no cases.
Oh my god! It would be that. Yeah. I mean, look, I agree
Well, if she
wholeheartedly. Why does
if she
wanna
went
be there?
anywhere other than New Zealand, she's an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, already before that, she came up into the fucking real world in 2020. She's an idiot. Stay down there. I want to be down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ariel.
We want to be down there.
I
Ariel.
want to be drowned. Literally, I want to be at the bottom of that fucking seabed right
without
now.
a pulse. Without a pulse.
Oh, without a pulse, Ariel. Can you do that for me?
Kill me, Ariel.
Can you do that for me,
Fucking
Ariel?
kill me. Yeah. So in conclusion, Nick Cage would be amazing as Ariel.
I think that's a great conclusion, and I couldn't even think of an alternative there. It would just have to be that.
It would have to be that. You know what else it has to be?
What else does it have to be, Stu?
It's everyone's favourite segment of the podcast, Celebrity Calling.
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling. Right, it's celebrity calling.
It is.
It's the part of the podcast where we have a celebrity fend.
Go with it, mate. I love a good celebrity
look,
fend.
A celebrity friend.
Nice.
Call in.
Good save.
Thank you. Was it?
No, it was objectively the worst. save.
Terrible save. We have a celebrity friend call in and just get just talk to us, have a little whatever. Last week, Stuart very graciously managed to get Danny DeVito on the line.
Beautiful man.
It was
Strange call.
strange, to say the least. But I think as always, We can push past it, and we're on to a new, hopefully bigger, better, cooler.
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess look, Nick's got someone this week.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
shall we
called in a
just
friend.
Get them on the line. Let's see if they're
Okay.
there. Yeah. So, mystery celebrity guest, introduce yourself. Who am I talking to?
Hello, Stuart.
Hello.
Hello, Nick.
Not immediately identifiable. Let's just look. Why beat around the bush? Who am I talking to?
Well, I'm an actor.
Okay.
I've acted in quite a few films. I'm Jude Law.
Oh, it's Jude Law.
Jude Law.
You're right. You don't have a particularly noticeable accent, do you, Jude?
Well, that's very kind of you, Stuart. Makes the job easy. Sorry, mate. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay, Jude Law.
Yeah?
How can I help? How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, doing great, mate. Yeah, really great.
Good year.
Good year. Well, maybe
No.
not.
Yeah, I thought I'd catch you out there.
Yeah, no, not a good year. Not a
Oh,
good year
fun
for
with Jude.
acting, actually. No.
No. What have you been doing to keep hold up?
I've just been watching my film The Holiday on repeat for the last year.
You've been watching The Holiday on repeat.
I just think my acting's really good in it.
Fun film. It's a Christmas film, and I like The Holiday in the Christmas period. If you watch it all year round, does it lose a bit of that Christmas charm,
Well,
Jude?
Good question, mate. But can't it be an all-year-round film?
Well, because it's set in Christmas.
Is it?
Jude, do you... Are you talking about the same film? Do you remember what The Holiday's about?
The Holiday, yeah, I remember it. Me, Cameron Diaz. There's a green mask that I put on, and I become. Great film.
No, that's The Mask.
I'm pretty sure it's The Holiday, Stuart.
No, that's The Mask starring Jim Carrey
No,
and Cameron
no.
Diaz.
No, it's me. It's in The Holiday.
You were in, so
On The
you
Holiday.
remember shooting a film with
been on
Cameron Diaz
holiday.
where you put a green mask on.
I've been on holiday before. Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
All
It was
right,
me,
okay.
mate, come on. It was
All right,
me.
okay, yeah,
You
all
know
right,
it.
Jude, all right. You were in The Holiday, which was a film about a mask that overtakes someone's life. Fine.
Overtake someone's life. Yeah, Jim Carrey was in it.
Yes, okay, yeah. So you do, yeah, he was
No,
in the role that you assume you. So you weren't Jim Carrey's role, and
No, I'm in The Mask, Stuart. I play.
yeah, okay. Oh, it is The Mask now, is it?
The Holiday. I'm in The Holiday. And I've got a mask
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, no. Well, who did Jim Carrey play then?
Got me all confused now, Stuart. I'm pretty sure my agent told me that I was in a film called The Holiday, in which I put a mask on and Jim Carrey is called The Mask.
So you've been watching The Mask all year,
I've been watching The
thinking it
Mask.
was The Holiday.
I've been watching The Mask. What are you talking
So
about,
you,
The Holiday?
so you
What's that?
haven't watched The Holiday.
What's The Holiday?
It's a film with Cameron Diaz in, but also Jack Black and Kate Winslet, set over Christmas, in which, well, what happens in that film? You go to a cottage, you swap cottages or something, don't you?
Oh, yeah, and I've got two lovely kids with me in it. Two lovely little girls.
Soundtrack by Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, I love that film. Great film. Who's in it?
You are.
I'm in The Holiday.
Yes.
Jude Law.
Yeah, you, Jude Law, are in The Holiday.
Jude Law. Jude Law's in The Holiday.
Yes. Do you not remember shooting it?
I'm pretty sure I'm due some money for that. I'm owed some money for that. If I was in it, if you apparently
Well, it
I'm in
came
it.
out a while back, Jude.
Okay. I'll talk to
Maybe
my
chase
agent.
that. Maybe chase it up.
No, chase that up. I would
Why
love
are
to
you
chase that
calling?
up. Look, I just really am a big fan of the show.
Yeah.
I wanted to plug some new stuff I've been working on.
What have you been working on, Jude?
I've been working on how to introduce friends to other people.
How to introduce friends? Is that the name of a film?
No, it's just something I've been trying to work on in my day-to-day life.
How do you do that?
Well, I can show you right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like you to meet my friend Michael Cera.
Oh no! No, Jude, you got me.
Shh, we've only got a few minutes left to go.
Michael. Oh my God,
We've
Michael.
only got a few minutes.
Sorry, I've been. That came out of nowhere. Yeah. Okay, Michael. Who do you own?
Look, I know we keep talking about this, and I
We do. Who do you
need
own?
to get it off my chest.
Yes. Who do you own?
Who do I own?
Yep. Who do you own, Michael?
Well, I'm not sure if I should say this. I think there's some people around. Okay, tell you. Quick.
Yep. Tell us, please. Just tell us quick.
I own someone, Stuart. I own
Yeah, I
someone.
know.
won in a, you know,
I know.
I won someone.
Yeah,
in a-
we know you won
poker
someone
tour-
in a poker tournament. We don't know who it is. Who do you own?
The person that I own.
Yep. Please,
The person that I own is.
Michael.
I think it cut off, Stu.
Just don't know why I bother.
I think it cut off. Oh my god.
Just don't know why we bother anymore, Nick.
It was. He could have just said it.
I gave him every opportunity to say it.
Ample opportunity, and he just didn't. And then it cut off. It keeps cutting off, strangely at the exact same time.
I mean, what do we do now? Look, because this is just going to keep happening, Nick.
Look, I think we just got to vet the calls a bit better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one day we will come to the bottom. We'll get to the bottom of this, who Michael Cera owns.
I'll be frank, Nick. It's beginning to take a toll on me.
It is, and I think we need to approach it on our time, not his. And it's
okay.
starting to take us for a bit of a muck here.
Okay, well, look, maybe here and now we promise everyone
Yeah.
we're going to get to the bottom of who Michael Cera owns.
Yes.
We have to now. This has now become a matter of complete urgency.
This is an urgent matter, and
I can't keep going to sleep like this, Nick.
no, it's not
Every
fair
day
on
I
us.
get home, every day I just sit down for a second and I
Yeah.
just cry.
Yeah, I do too. It's tough not knowing who Michael Cera owns. Winning, knowing that he won someone in a poker tournament is almost enough. But you'd think it would stop there, but it doesn't. The turmoil, the pain that it brings with it, and he keeps bringing it up and then not letting us know who it was. So
I know.
Look, I can only apologise. It was nice to Jude, if you're listening still. Thanks for helping out. But I do wish you would have told us that was what your real...
I do wish you'd been a bit more upfront with that.
Little bit more
Jude.
upfront.
To be honest, Jude, it's had a pretty big impact on my opinion of you as an actor. I might go see your next film.
Oh, well, don't say that, Stuart. Come on.
No, you're right. The heat of the moment got me, Nick.
It's a bit mean.
I'm just feeling stressed.
He was good in The Holiday.
Yeah, it's a good film, isn't it?
It's time for the celebrity calling. Celebrity calling.
All right, that was it. That was Celebrity Calling. We're going to move past it, and we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
We need to wrap this up.
Quick. Let's do it.
Thanks for everyone for listening to episode 20 of the podcast. It was going so well. We had a really fun time recasting Nick Cage in our favourite and the world's favourite franchises and biggest films. If you have any differing opinions on who you would cast Nick Cage as in any of these films, please let us know on our social medias. Drop us a message, drop us a comment. You can find us anywhere: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at AFNP Pod. That is at AFNP Pod. Whatever you're listening to this on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Acast, any of those podcast streaming services, sorry. Make sure you're subscribed and following for a new episode every Friday. I feel deflated now, Nick, after Michael's done it again.
Well, I mean, definitely deflated because of that, but maybe also because you just champed through that bloody end section like a
I'm out of breath, mate.
train rolling through
I am out of breath. Look,
rural
seriously.
city in America.
It's a vocal warm-up like none other, mate.
Yeah, well done, mate. I mean, I am deflated. I feel like we've been done dirty.
We've been done dirty. I mean, this is what it must feel like to be any of the kids in 50-50, huh?
Wow, yeah, but with significantly less. hand movement.
Did you just see the eyes of Christ before your very eyes? You just freeze like you'd seen absolute serendipity.
Look, I just exited this realm into a state of pure bliss
Good that
for a
you
moment.
came back.
That's all, mate.
Do tell about your tales.
Do I? Do I tell about my tales?
Yeah, you're in your bedroom, mate.
Well, I guess this is as good a platform as any. It began in 1971.